Hi, good morning. Martha Ermias here, coming to you live from Columbus, Ohio. How is everybody doing? Happy Monday. I hope you guys are having a great day. Kind of starting a little late today, a few minutes. Hope everybody's doing. Hi to Alda, good to see you. Hi, India, good to see you. How's everybody doing today? Today's Monday. Dawitom, good morning. How are you? Hi Mitik, good to see you here. Binyam, good to see you. Good to see you guys here. Today's Monday. I hope you guys are ready for a great week, and I hope you're having a good morning. For some of you, it's still early in the morning, and some of you, depending which side of the world you're in, it's probably evening too. Hi Bisrat, good to see you. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you guys here. So, hey Andre, good to see you. So today we're going to be talking about something that I've been reading about, a few lessons from successful entrepreneurs. One of the things that I really love to do is studying other successful entrepreneurs, really kind of getting into their mind and learning how they think, how they react, how they go about things, because we all know that success leaves clues. You know, success is not a theory or just a philosophy or something that is very ambiguous or something that we can't figure out. It's actually something that has a set of rules that to follow. There are principles that we can go by, and learning those principles and playing with those rules is also going to ensure our own success. So studying other entrepreneurs, either through books or biographies and things like that, is something that will help all of us learn about success and really in our pursuit of success. For those of you who don't know me, and again, my name is Martha Ermias. I'm an entrepreneur. I live in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm very, very passionate about entrepreneurship and personal growth and contribution, because all those three things allow us to really live and realize our purpose, which is a big thing. Hi Hirut, hi Maksaba, Isaias, Rachel, good to see you guys here. I appreciate you guys. If you find this valuable as you're listening to today's Facebook Live, Lily, good morning. Please go ahead and share it if you find it valuable. If you feel like there's someone that can benefit from this, I appreciate you guys sharing it. Okay, so what are the 5 lessons that we can learn from successful entrepreneurs that can help us in our own ventures as well, whatever it is? First of all, as I always say, success is what we define it to be. And I believe that success is really being able to find your purpose and finding a way to make a living out of it. That's really what true success is, because every one of us are born with a purpose, or we're born for a reason. We all have a reason why we're born. Somewhere along the way, as we're growing up, we don't necessarily pursue that purpose, and sometimes because, you know, our environment or other people tell us what we would be good at, and sometimes it gets buried and we really don't realize it or discover it. So you know, our success. Hi Aman, good morning. Hi Tesfai, good morning. So our pursuit of purpose becomes something intangible, and we all don't not necessarily really try to discover our purpose or even try to live up to it. But finding your purpose and finding a way to make a living out of it is, I believe, true success for all of us. However, we all don't start there. We start, you know, one of the things that successful entrepreneurs have in common is that they have perspective. They have perspective. A lot of times we feel like maybe you have to have a clear vision of where you're going from the get-go, from the beginning. But sometimes it's really hard to have a clear vision of where you're going, because there's so many things that you don't know. There's so many things that are not clear to you. So how are you going to have a vision of exactly what you want? Especially if you have been living your life in autopilot for so long, it's kind of hard to think about a vision. And the funny thing is, many successful entrepreneurs did not have a clear vision when they started. However, what they had was perspective. Perspective, what do I mean by perspective? Basically, when they saw an opportunity, they recognized it as an opportunity. They felt like it was something that could take them somewhere, whether it is a product or a service or a venture, whatever it is. They had a strong feeling that this was something that they had to pursue, and then they chose to act on it. And many of them, when they're interviewed, they actually say that they didn't really see the level of success that they achieved. Many of them didn't know the level of success that they actually got. They didn't know that was going to be the end result. However, when you follow an opportunity that you believe in, you actually start to create, to see a vision along the way. So not everything is going to be really clear. Like, for example, a perspective will allow you to launch a business. It will allow you to start something. However, you're going to need vision to actually carry it for a long-term success. Vision is going to be necessary, but the vision usually does not come in its full form at the beginning. You really don't know what you don't know, so you really can't have a vision. I would say this was true in my life as well. I saw an opportunity, and I knew the only thing that I knew was it was an opportunity I should not let go. I shouldn't miss. I didn't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it. I also don't want to regret in case that was supposed to be, in case that was an opportunity that I was supposed to pursue. And because it was very low risk, it was something, of course, you know, when an opportunity comes, even if it's low risk, it's going to be scary. Regardless of what it is, it's going to be scary because you're going to question whether or not it's the right one. You're going to question whether or not you're fit for it. You're going to question whether or not you are going to be okay with the changes that come along with pursuing that opportunity. So the fear and being scared, a little bit scared, is going to be there. However, regardless of that fear, when you pursue it, it may or may not lead you to the big picture of your vision, okay? But most successful entrepreneurs, they started with a gut feeling. They just acted on it. That led into another, that would lead into another thing, and then they find their true purpose, and they find the vision to make a bigger impact with it. So that's something that we can all learn from successful entrepreneurs. We can't have everything figured out because what we don't know, we don't know. However, when we see an opportunity, we need to pursue it. One of the things that I say is, like, an opportunity, I like the word opportunity a lot because, to be honest, that's really the gift that we get that we haven't really earned. You know, it's a gift. An opportunity comes your way. There's no way you can earn an opportunity. However, what you do with it, how you act and how you react towards it is really solely your responsibility. And whether or not you acted on it or not, the results are going to be different. And one of the things that I don't like is regret in life. I really don't like to regret. And if I recognize an opportunity and I fail to act on it, and later on I regret it, that's something I don't like. So, and when I say this, it doesn't mean that every single opportunity that looks like a good thing, you should pursue it. That's really not what I'm saying. But when you feel that feeling, that gut feeling, you know, because we are given feelings for a reason. Feelings are, sometimes they guide us, sometimes they show us, like, when you have that gut feeling, this is a good thing, it's better to pursue it and find out that that's not the right one, as opposed to let it go. So successful entrepreneurs, they start with perspective and follow, and a vision follows. So that's something that we can all learn from successful entrepreneurs. The other thing that they do is also, they don't really scale up several businesses at the same time. You know, sometimes, you know, we see, you know, there's this word, very catchy word that says, I'm a serial entrepreneur. Well, that's great. However, this is proven. A lot of successful entrepreneurs, they focus on one thing. Once that finds traction, instead of creating, like, going into a totally different business venture, what they actually do is really find a way to diversify their income stream from the same business that they started. Okay, and this is an eye-opener for me too. As opposed to trying to do too many things at the same time and trying to scale them up and grow them at the same time, what they do is find build a business, make sure that it has traction, and then find different ways of making money within that same business. Okay, that's something that they do that we can all learn from. And again, this is very true, because if we have a purpose and we have a vehicle to reach to that purpose, I guess the whole point is, instead of like trying to pursue every single opportunity that will make you money, it's always the best thing to do. Try to make money within your vehicle that is aligned to your purpose and goal. If something is not aligned to your purpose or mission, true mission, then it's not something that you should really do, because you're not created to do that. So diversifying and scaling it up within the same business, as opposed to trying to do so many different businesses that are really not related and trying to grow them all, that's not something that extremely successful entrepreneurs do. So that's something we can all learn from them. Number 3, they don't suppress their fears. Okay, the one thing that that is really crazy about fear is that a lot of times we feel like, if I could stop the fear, you know, a lot of times we feel like we can stop it, or we can actually remove the fear, or when we become more successful, the fear is going to go away. However, from interviewing a lot of successful entrepreneurs, the person that wrote the article that I read, what he said is that their fears actually never go away. Regardless of what level you are in life, your fear actually never goes away. However, what happens is the fears evolve. The same kind of fears that you have, the same kind of insecurities that you have, they evolve. They change their form, and they come in different forms at different levels in life. But successful entrepreneurs, what they do is they've learned in managing their reaction to fear. The only thing that you can grow, the only area where you can grow, is really how you manage your reaction. What do you do when you're afraid about something? There's different reactions. Maybe you pause when you're afraid. Maybe you procrastinate when you're afraid. Maybe you turn around and go the other direction when you're afraid. You really don't want to do anything with it. Those are some reactions on fear, right? Or it could be the opposite. When you're afraid, you try to be aware of what you're afraid of. You try to dig deep and try to understand, why am I afraid of this? Is it because I don't feel like I'm competent in terms of my skill in doing this particular task? And then what do? You go learn the skill. Or, you know what? The fear is just a feeling. I just have to do it in order for me to be able to overcome it and feel okay with it. You be courageous and act on that fear regardless. So, successful entrepreneurs, they all have fears, just like everybody else. And those fears really never change. They come every single time. Actually, I've heard some amazing speakers on stage. They feel fearful all the time when they're on stage. That fear never leaves them. You know, you think that when they're speaking on stage and they're really dominating it, you feel like, oh, they don't really feel afraid or nervous or anything. They all do. However, how they act on that fear is what's different. So this is something that we can all learn in life as well. Fear is not something that we can suppress. We can't kill it. It's a natural reaction. Fear is a natural reaction, and it's always going to be there. It's just going to change its form. However, how we react in times of fear is something we can grow on. And it's going to either help us become successful or not, depending on what kind of actions we take on fear. Number 4, successful entrepreneurs embrace leadership, and they go far because of it. Embrace leadership. Now, there's 2 types of, especially in the U economy, and like in our times right now, there's so many ways to make money. There's so many ways to be successful. And some people, they choose to create businesses that doesn't require involvement of other people, or that doesn't require building a team, okay? Because building a team really requires leadership. Now, and it's possible. You can still make money. Like a lot of online businesses will allow you to still make money without you having to build a team. And you can outsource a lot of things by doing that, you can still build great businesses and make money. However, what they found out after doing research is the people that make a great impact and have a higher level of success are always people who actually work with teams, develop teams, coach teams, and make them part of a common goal. So leadership is what really takes you further in life, not just ability to make money. And if you really want to make a greater impact and greater success, leadership will ensure it. Working with people will ensure it. And that's something that, I personally like, because, it's like being able to learn how to lead people and work with people and create teams and investing on other people to help them grow as well. All of that, it's something that nobody, like learning those skills is something that nobody can take away from you, basically. And even if you change business ventures, you still have the skills. You're growing in the process. So it's something that to think about. A lot of times it's hard work. It's, learning is not an easy thing. It's uncomfortable. It's hard work. There's a lot of trials and errors, disappointments and failures and things like that. And especially when you're dealing with people and learning how to lead teams and things like that, it could be intimidating and scary. So because of that, many people avoid that. They say, and I've heard this so many times, they say, oh, all I want is this little technology and that's how I want to do it. They make that choice, but they're giving up on their opportunity to grow as a leader, which further in life, like maybe 10 years later or so, they may need that leadership opportunity, skills, depending on what they want to do, and they haven't taken the opportunity to grow in that venture. So my personal preference is really to grow in leadership, and that's what they've studied also. People who embrace leadership go further in life and they make bigger impact and have greater successes. Number 5, self-awareness. Okay, successful entrepreneurs have a higher sense of self-awareness. Many of them, they may not even have figured it out as far as what they want to do in their entrepreneurship venture. They may not have all the skills that are needed. They may not have all the experiences before they started it. They probably are going trial and error, but they're very aware of themselves, and they also understand other people. They have that edge where they understand people and they're also very aware of themselves. And people are the biggest asset in entrepreneurship. People are the biggest asset in entrepreneurship, because when you're dealing with business, your customers are people. And people that work with you are people. People are the largest asset. And I've shared this before. I've even heard it from successful entrepreneurs in my circle of friends and family members and things like that. Their ability to deal with people, their skills with people is really what takes them further in life. And when we say that, it's your ability to understand people, to understand their strength, and help them become the best of who they are in their strength. How do you really help them mobilize their strength in the same thing that you're working, like in your goal, number 1. Number 2 is also understanding their weaknesses. Understanding their weaknesses so that you can, instead of being hard on their weaknesses, you can somehow complement and help them grow in that weaknesses as well. So basically, self-awareness is something that extremely successful entrepreneurs have, and we all have to work on that. Really understand our thought processes, our emotions, how we act, how we react. We have to be very reflective of that. And the minute we stop pointing our fingers to our environment, why things are working or not working, and we start pointing our fingers towards ourselves, that's where self-awareness starts to kick in, and we start to learn a lot more about us, and we start to learn a lot more about other people as well. And that is the resource and richness that nobody can take from us, and that will help us actually really advance in life just like other successful entrepreneurs as well. So that's about it for today, guys. We talked about 5 different lessons that we can learn from successful entrepreneurs. Number 1 is really they have perspective, not necessarily vision, as they're starting their journey. And with perspective, what I mean is when they see opportunity, they recognize it and they choose to take action. And along the way, they figure out the vision. Number 2, they don't simultaneously scale up multiple businesses, but once they find traction in the business that they have, they actually diversify the revenue streams within that business. That's what successful entrepreneurs do. Number 3, they don't suppress their feelings. They understand that feelings won't go away, but they learn how to control their emotions and how to act during times of fear. Number 4, they embrace leadership. They're not sole runners. They don't outsource everything. They always build teams, they coach teams, and they make other people part of their common goal. That's leadership skills. And number 5, they have high self-awareness. They have high self-awareness. They understand themselves, and they also understand other people. So I hope this was helpful for you guys, and if you find it helpful, I ask that you guys share it, and I appreciate you for doing that. If you guys have any questions and you want to interact with me, I would like to interact with you as well. Please go ahead and send me private messages or comments below. I really do appreciate you guys when you comment below. And if you liked it, if you liked this video, please go ahead and give me a like. If you can give me a love, I'd really appreciate that too. But please go ahead and press a like button and let me know that you actually enjoyed the business. I'm sorry, the